The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of high school basketball, and to be specific, boys basketball here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and of course live with video at WCMPradio.com. I, of course, am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's broadcast between the Central Eagles and the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. Say that five times fast. I can't even say barely it once fast or even normal speed. But yes, this should be a good one here tonight. Both of these teams off to a really good start to this season, and they hope to continue it here tonight. Of course, the Eagles looking to protect home court against the Rebels as we take a look at both of these teams coming in here tonight. The Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River play in Section 7, Class 2A, so a class above East Central, so a little bit bigger of a school, not much bigger, but just enough to where they have to move up to Class 2A. Again, they play in Section 7AA, which is, other than 6AA, other than that section, 7AA might be the second most talented section in all of Class 2A. You've got Esco at the very top at 6-1, then right behind them is Crosby Ironton at 9-0. Then Pequot Lakes at 7-2. Moose Lake Willow River comes in at 4th at 7-3, but not far behind them is Barnum at 7-3 themselves. Then Duluth Marshall at 5-3. So you've got a bunch of these teams who are in a very good spot here in Section 7AA. And just to kind of give you a look at the Section 6AA, you have to go past the midway mark before you get a team with a losing record. There are 16 teams in Section 6AA, and you have to go all the way down to the 9th, the team that's placed 9th right now, or 10th, to even get a losing record. So 1 through 9 all have winning records. The worst record is 7-3. That's Melrose. The best record is technically 9-2 or 8-1 Sox Center Legacy Christian. I mean, it is an insanely talented section, which it should be a lot of fun to see who comes out on top in that one. But for Moose Lake Willow River, yeah, they're 4th in their section. Not a bad start to the year. They're now. Again, they have not played a conference game yet, though, so very interesting to see that part of it. But they started out the season with a section game against Proctor in which they won. Then they would go on and stay home for a game against another section opponent in Duluth Marshall, which they won. Then they won their 3rd straight against Northwoods, and Northwoods is a very good single-A team in 7 single-A, who they beat by 7 points. Taking a look at Northwoods, they're 8-2. Now, 7-0 in their own section, so a very good team in Northwoods, just to kind of give you an idea of how good Northwoods is. Then they would lose their first game of the season to another team from that Section 7 single-A in Cherry, and Cherry kind of put a whooping on Moose Lake Willow River in that one. Cherry is the number 1 team in all of Class A right now at 9-2. They have beat the likes of Deer River, Mountain Iron, Buell, and Barnum, and those are some of the top teams in all of the state. So, and they have put up 100 points twice on the year. They've put up 90 points, at least 90 points in their game so far. In 11 games that they have played, they have put up at least 90 points once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, including both of those 100-point games. So an insane team in Cherry. The only games that they lost were against 4A schools, the biggest of the biggest schools you can get in basketball. 4A schools. One was to Forest Lake, and they only lost that game by 4. The other one was Park Center, who is I think last year they either won state or were second place at state in Park Center. So a very good team in Cherry, and that's who Moose Lake Willow River lost to as well in their first loss. Then they would go on to win 2 straight against Mesabi East and Pine City. Then they would play in a Pequot Lakes tournament in which they lost to Pequot Lakes, who again is in their section of 7AA, and Pequot Lakes right now at 7-2, ranked in the top 20 in state in Class 2A. But then they would beat Mora in that same tournament, 58-52. So a very interesting tournament for them. Then they would come out of that and beat Hinckley-Finlayson, but then lose to Superior of Wisconsin, 82-65. So a pretty darn good season. Their losses have come against top-tier teams. Of course, I can't tell you how Superior looks because, well, they're not in Minnesota. They are a part of the Wisconsin part of the schedule. So a lot of our local teams, or teams who have played local teams, have played Superior so far this season. So coming into this one, Moose Lake Willow River feeling pretty good, trying to get their 8th win of the season. For East Central, they're on top of the section right now of Section 5A East. They're 1-0 in that section, 7-5 overall. They score just about 60 points per game and give up about 56 points per game. So an offense that feels like their potential hasn't quite yet been reached. In talking with their head coach, Darren Fote, he said, I ask a lot of these guys, and he wants to see it come to fruition. He said, we're a little bit younger than last year, but he said he trusts these guys, and I think it's more now of kind of putting it together consistently. They have certainly seen this team be able to do what this head coach, Darren Fote, has wanted, and, he expects his bigs, the big guys. And I'm trying to quote him the best possible that, he said, he doesn't try to put a number on his guys. He doesn't want them to get specifically these numbers, but he said he would like to see his bigs get double-doubles, at least 10 points per game and at least 10 rebounds, and I think that's what a lot of people would come to not necessarily expect to hope, but to hope for from two guys over that 6'3" mark, especially in Class Single A. So for Darren Fote, I think it's right now just kind of putting it together all consistently. Again, we've seen it come to fruition a couple of times, but it's just about being consistent in that offense, being more consistent of scoring and getting the rebounds and having his guys play the way that he would like to see them play. And again, it's more or less reaching their full potential as a team, and so far I don't think they've even gotten there yet, and they're still 7-5 and number 1 in their section right now. So that goes to show you how scary this team can be. A guy like me who thinks that they haven't even reached their full potential yet, but they're still on top of their section. So I think this East Central team can be very dangerous. Of course, they started it off with the Red Wing Classic at the beginning of December, the first 2 days of December, which they lost to Red Wing and Blake. Then they would go on to win their first game against Rush City, then lose to Carleton Renshaw, then beat Pine City, then lose to Barnum. So it went back and forth. After their win, they'd lose, then they won, then they lost. But then they would go on a 3-game win streak in which they won over Barnum, Chisholm, and Howard Lake Waverly Winstead before going to Christmas break, in which they would play in the ESCO tournament. They lost to Duluth Marshall, a 7AA school, 73-68. As we talked about 7AA just a little bit ago, they're 5-3. On the season are the Hilltoppers, but then they would go on in that same ESCO tournament to defeat Hinckley-Finlayson by 30 points, 82 the season. And right now, again, only 3 times have they been able to complete that, but sooner than later, they will start to kind of get a little bit more consistent, and this team will be very, very dangerous. I can't wait to see how well this team does, just because of the fact they are already on top of their section. They beat Cromwell Wright to get that 1 win now. So they're on top of their section and are looking for another win here tonight. I expect this one. Now, we've seen the Rebels. We talked about their scoring points per game. I think this might come down to be a little bit more of a defensive battle between these two teams. And I think it's going to come down to the fact that East Central is going to rely heavily on their tall guys. Looking at Moose Lake Willow River, their tallest is going to be 6'3". That's Chase Clausen. He is a junior, and out of the starters right now, their tallest, if I can get to the starters, there we go, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, 6'1" looks to be their tallest starter right now. So for East Central, they've got the height advantage with Ben Carlin and Jacob Dixon, and they hope to use that to their advantage here tonight and hope that will get them more rebounds, get them more second chance scoring opportunities, and also take away those opportunities from Moose Lake Willow River, because Moose Lake Willow River, as we talked about just a little bit ago, has the ability to score over 70 points per game, as that is what they average. So that'll about do it here for the pregame. We're going to send it to a commercial break here. Word from some of our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll have Our national anthem will have been played, our starting lineups will have been announced, and we will be set for tip-off here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCPRadio.com.
Saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer.
Experience our most popular sawmill, the Big Red XP. This Canadian-built mill proudly sits on an entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20-horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Want to make some extra money this holiday season? Then join Burnett Dairy Cooperative's Cheese Store Holiday Crew. They're looking for temporary employees to assist with gift box orders from October 1st through January 6th. This position is scheduled Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 8 p.m. with an hourly rate of $14 per hour and an end-of-the-season retention bonus. Call 715-689-2170 or apply online at burnettdairy.com and click on Careers.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Yeah, speaking of that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom Light Force braces and Invisalign clear aligners, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Taking a look at your starting lineups here for tonight's game between the Rebels and the Eagles. Rebels have got their cheerleaders and have kind of cool. Not a lot of teams would take their cheerleaders on the road going into enemy territory. So starting for the Rebels, who are head coached by Paul Dewey, it'll be number 2, Adam Newman. Number 3, Luke Dewey. Number 4, Nolan Nelson. Number 10, Caden Robbins. And number 15, Eli Youngs. And for the East Central Eagles, head coach, of course, by Darren Fote, it'll be number 1, Warren Carlson. Number 4, Xavier Letexier. Number 11, Dylan Lundberg. 24, Jacob Dixon, and 32, Ben Carlin. Xavier Letexier, and the games that I had called for East Central, I had been kind of waiting for him to get into the starting lineup. He had come off the bench and done really well. He, in fact, kind of put a game away for them earlier in the year than I was calling, and he has done a really good job of coming off the bench and scoring. Now he gets the opportunity to start. The Rebels will be wearing their white away uniforms, the red stripe down the side of the jersey and pant. I believe it's outlined in the gray, possibly. The red letters and numbers also outlined in that gray, I believe. Maybe it's the blue. I can't see from up here. I'm blind, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a great view here at East Central. I cannot complain about that. It's not the view. It is definitely the fact that I am just blind. For the Eagles, it'll be the blue home uniforms, the gray letters, or gray numbers rather, outlined in the white letters outlined in the gray stripe down the side of the jersey and short. And over to my left, East Central's got their student ECSPN going on over there, so give them a shout out as they are doing a great job. As no surprise, Dixon's going to win the tip, and he'll give it over to Letexier on the near side. Letexier drives inside, backs it out now to Lundberg. Lundberg give it back to Letexier. Letexier on the near side will try to go inside to Dixon. It's tipped and stolen away by Newman. Again, you don't want to have to force it in, but that one a little bit funky, but getting it up and in for two is Dewey for the first points of the game for the Rebels. And Letexier will bring it back into the front court for the Eagles. Lundberg has it. He fakes the pass and gives it in the corner here for Carlson. Carlson, ooh, they're going to say he stepped on the line there, out of bounds, so the ball is going to go back to the Rebels. And on the near side, it's going to be Luke Dewey. Will inbound to Newman. Newman back to Dewey now. Over to Robbins. Robbins brings it up the court, drifting to the far side, hands it off to Dewey. Dewey looking at the top of the key, gives it over to Youngs, now in the near side corner to Newman. Newman all the way across court there for Robbins. Robbins will hold it up and give it over to Dewey. Dewey now back to Nelson, driving inside. Dewey puts it up and it falls in for two. Luke Dewey. Good passing there by the Rebels, but good drive by Dewey, and now in trouble. Warren Carlson looking for Letexier. Letexier went one way. Carlson thought he was going the other, but Letexier comes back to get the ball. Letexier picks up his dribble, gives it back to Carlin. Carlin now over to Carlson. Now to Lundberg, to Letexier, and this one's going to be stolen away by Youngs. And Youngs, they will not foul him and let him go, and he'll put it up and in for two. It's 6-0. Rebels off to the early jump start. Pass into Carlin on the near side. Back top of the key to Carlson. Now inside to Dixon. Dixon looking for Carlson. Dixon just decides, I'm going to take this one myself. And he puts the first points up on the board for the Eagles. Might just be a case of trying to get the first one on the board and then things start to fall your way. As now Nelson has it for the Rebels. He spins around, loses it. Somehow gets it back outside to Robin. Excuse me, that's Youngs. Now he'll push it outside to Dewey at the top of the key. Luke Dewey drifts to the far side. Hands it off to Robbins into the near side corner for Newman for three. That's going to be no good. And Dixon, what a surprise, he gets a rebound. His long arms, not hard for him to get the rebound there. Gives it to Carlson, now to Carlin in the near side corner to Dixon. Dixon stands at the free throw line looking, trying to drive, and he wanted to go inside. Backs out to Lundberg, now to Letexier. Letexier has a screen, pops off a long three. It's going to go off the front of the rim, no good. And the Rebels, I thought the Eagles might grab that one, but Lundberg had it thrown off of him. He raced after it and unfortunately just could not catch up to it in time. So we'll go back with the Rebels. Eagles almost got it back there, but we're about a foot away from getting it back. So the Rebels, they hold on to it. Dewey now gives off far side to Newman. Back top of the key to Youngs. Youngs is going to drive inside, spin around shot, up towards basket, no good, and Dixon comes down with a rebound. He gives it off to Carlson. Gets a screen from Dixon. Now Carlson will drive inside. Shot is up and no good. And we're going to get a foul on the shot. And Carlson will go to the line to shoot two. 6-2. It's the first team foul here on the Rebels. That one's going to go against Caden Robbins. His first and the team's first. And Warren Carlson at the line for two. First one is up, no good. Could not get the friendly bounce. Or no good on the first, and he'll line up for the second. Second one is up and no good as well. Getting the rebound were the Rebels. A shot from three on the far side for Dewey is no good, and it's thrown back in. And through the hands of a Rebel, and it will go back to the Eagles on a turnover. Ben Carlin gets set to inbound for East Central. Wanted Letexier, instead gives it to Carlson. Carlson guarded closely as he brings it up the court, trying to get around the defender. He does. Dribbles behind his back, then stops at the East Central logo to Lundberg, now to Letexier on the far side. Inside to Carlin. Carlin turnaround jumper is good for 2, and it's 6-4. 3.5 minutes have come off the board here in this first half. A 3 on the far side for the Rebels is no good. Rebounded there by Newman, and then shot up no good again. Rebounded by the Rebels. This time it's Youngs. Eagles had best opportunity at it, but just could not pull it down. And the Rebels will get another chance at it. And driving to the basket and almost unbothered was Newman as he drops it in for 2. It's 8-4. 4 minutes now off the first half clock. As Carlson will give it off to Letexier on the far side. Letexier gives it off now to Carlson. Top of the key to Lundberg. Now over to Letexier on the near side. Now inside to Dixon. Driving, spinning. Nice job and beautiful pass to Lundberg, who drops it in for 2. And beautiful job there by Dixon, and then Lundberg just slashing inside for the shot. And wow, Newman's shot goes up over everybody and somehow falls through the nylon, and it's 10-6. Letexier brings it up the court. He gives off to Carlson on the far side. Carlson found a lane, then it closed quickly, gives it off to Letexier. The left-handed 3 is going to be no good. Rebounded by Nelson. And he brings it up the court, gives it off to Youngs, now to Nelson, and we get a travel call, and this ball will go back to the Eagles. 10-6, Eagles trail on the Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com, and it looks like now we'll get another foul here on the Rebels, and I believe that one was against Youngs. It was his first, team's second. Carlin will get set to inbound now for the blue and gray. Gets it to Carlson. Carlson will begin in the backcourt and then dribble towards the front court as he looks, trying to find a spot to pass. He gives it off to Lundberg, who stands at the top of the key, now gives it back to Carlson at the logo. Carlson goes inside to Carlin, back outside to Letexier for 3, off the mark, and Carlin will get the rebound. He'll try to put it back up and in for 2. That's going to be no good, and rebounded by Newman, and now a fast break opportunity. Newman guarded well, then backs it out for 3, and that's going to be a swish for Nelson from 3, and it's 13-6. 12 and a half now to go. Letexier fakes pass one way, gives it to Dixon at the top of the key. Dixon pulls up his dribble, gives it now to Lundberg. Lundberg on the near side elbow to Dixon, inside to Carlson. Maybe dribbled one too many times, and then he gives it off to Carlin, who puts it back up and in for 2, and it's 13-8. Smart pass there by Carlson as Carlin was left alone, and that's not someone you want to leave alone if you're the Rebels. Oh my, and then a nice 3 there from Eli Youngs. He wasn't left alone by any means, but the defender gave him a little bit of room, and Youngs said, hey, if you're going to give me that room, I'll try it, and he had a nice shot. It fell. Dixon now, he was being bothered, gives it off to Carlin. Carlin going to be double-teamed. He gives it to Carlson. Carlson will drive inside, and that's going to be a foul on the Rebels, and that's a great call. The Rebel player doesn't like it, but that is the correct call. That was a perfect call on that one, and it'll be the third team foul now on the Rebels. And that one's going to go against Robbins, his second, team's third. Carlson at the line for 2, and he drops in the first one, as he was 0 for 2 last time. Substitution here is number 1 for the Rebels, checks in. That is going to be Lane Radzak. And Carlson drops them both in to make it 16-10. And a substitution on the other side for the Eagles. It's Ramsey Kiernan into the game. Ramsey brings a nice change of pace for the Eagles. He is very quick with his feet, as the Rebels do have it in their offensive zone. They do a great job of passing the ball around and then moving the offensive kind of circulating everybody around. And now driving in. Shot is up, no good. Carlin gets the rebound on the missed shot from Dewey. And also into the game is number 33, Thomas Cam. Dixon will take it towards the basket, and you can hear the cheer of the crowd. That was a beautiful, beautiful shot from Dixon as it's 16-12. And that, we're going to get a foul call here on East Central that'll be there first. I thought they might get him for a travel there for a moment, but not the case. Trying to find out who got called for the foul. The shot there is no good. Dixon with the rebound. Are we really ever surprised when he gets a rebound? I thought they said on 4, Letexier, but I don't see him out there right now. And then the pass inside to Dixon, but before that happened, we're going to get a travel call on the Eagles, and we'll give it back to the Rebels. That's a tough one. If you're the Eagles, you get the Rebels to miss a shot after your team got a foul, and then you go down and unfortunately travel to give the ball back to them. That's less than ideal as you're down by 4. And Luke Dewey left open for 3. No good on the shot. It's up for grabs, and the Rebels, wow, great job by them. Radzak just stuck with it, and he picked up the rebound. Probably shouldn't have been able to get it. The Rebels shouldn't have, but give them credit. They fought hard to grab it. This one goes inside, and the shot is up. No good. Carlin gets the rebound. So far, so good for Carlin and Dixon. 3 rebounds each, 4 points each. Ramsey Kiernan, that change of pace. He drove inside, then backed it to Dixon at the free throw line. Now gives it off to Cam. To the Texier, far side for Kiernan. Kiernan will look. He'll give it to Dixon. Dixon double-teamed right away. He dribbles through one double-team, and he lost it, but he was fouled as he lost it. First foul here on 24, they say? Yes, 24. Carlin's shot no good. Picked up there by Youngs. Shot is up, no good by the Rebels. Texier with the rebound. And we're going to get a foul here on the Rebels. Be their 5th. And the first on Radzak. Number 24 in for them, by the way, is Reese Bodie. Eagles have it. Letexier, left-handed 3, no good. But then right there, and a great rebound by Thomas Cam to put it back up and in for 2. And it's 16-14. Eagles nearing the halfway point of this first half. Nearly tied this one up. Pass over to Bodie. Now on the near side for Youngs for 3. Bank shot, and that is good. Make it 19-14. Just a good shot there by Youngs again from 3. Again, not left alone, but again, defender gave him just that little bit of space, and he used it to his advantage. That ball is going to be tipped and stolen away. Youngs will get credit for the steal again. Down the other way, it's Adam Newman for 2. So just when the Eagles were about to get back into this one, a few turnovers, and the Eagles are down by 7. Kiernan on the far side, they say he got the turnover, or the foul, excuse me. Carlin will get the pass inside. He was bothered a ton. Shot is no good. That looked good from here, but Dewey will get the rebound for the Rebels. Shot is no good on the other side, and Wayne Radzak is going to get called for the charge. It'll be the 6th team foul now on Moose Lake Wheeler River. And the second on Radzak, and now it looks like we will get a timeout called here. With 8:21 to go here in half number 1, the Eagles trail by 7 by a touchdown on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics will leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever, plus your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team, at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at embracemn.com. Timeout taken there by East Central. The Eagles take their first timeout. They'll be left with 4. Also, don't forget the College Football National Championship happening tonight as well. Michigan and Washington going at it, trying to get a score. Last I seen, Michigan was already up 7-0. Now, Michigan's offense hasn't been, It seemed awkward all year. They haven't really had any high-scoring games, but their defense has just done a great job. I know it's basketball season, but I'm still talking football. I love football, ladies and gentlemen, especially college football. High school football. Those high school football and college football are I don't care what anybody says, they're way better than the pros. Either way, we have a steal by Newman on the side for Moose Lake Little River right out of the timeout, and that's less than ideal if you're the Eagles. Get a turnover like that. So the Rebels have it back. They'll drive inside. Shot is up, no good, but we're going to get a foul here on East Central. It'll be their team's second. And they're going to call Kiernan again for the foul. It'll be his second. So at the line is going to be number 4, Nolan Nelson. He has 30 points on the night. First one from him. Goes off the front of the rim, but rolls its way through. 22-14 now. Got a substitution real quick. Kiernan out. In for him is Warren Carlson. And now Nelson will get set for his second of 2 free throws. The second one, again, off the front of the rim. It rolls its way through. Getting the friendly roll. The rim's got to remember, this is a home rim. Doesn't have to give the kind rolls to the Rebels. It should be giving it to East Central. Meanwhile, Dixon, bothered, drives inside with the strength. He lays it in for 2. And I mean strength because it was physical all the way to the basket on that one. So the Rebels get it back, and they've done a good job on offense. Again, moving that ball around and kind of moving the offense as well. That shot is up, blocked by Jacob Dixon. And he'll take it away himself, gives it to Letexier. Letexier wanted to go to Dixon. He will. Dixon just sticks out his backhand, and Dixon traveled there on that one. And that's unfortunate because with the whistle, he made it, but he made the shot, but unfortunately the travel call was first, so it won't matter. It will go back to the Rebels, and if you're Darren Fote, your team is actually not playing terrible. Just the offense right now is having a few more turnovers than you would like to see, and if they can eliminate you're not going to eliminate turnovers, let's be real, but if you can cut them down by a significant amount, this really feels like the Eagles game. Dixon again with the block and the steal. Good luck getting inside on him. Letexier has his shot blocked, but he gets it back. Letexier says, no, sir. I'll take it back. He'll give it over to Carlin, who gives it to Dixon. Dixon top the key, trying to make his way inside. He'll give it back out to Carlin. Carlin from 3, no good. My goodness, the rim with unkind bounces for the Eagles. Rebounded by Dewey. Dewey sprints up the court. He'll give it back outside to Nelson. Nelson drives inside. And he's going to be fouled. I think that would have been one of the fouls where if you call it either way, it's a good call. And this one's going to go against Thomas Cam. His first, team's third. At the line for 2, again, it will be Nelson. And his first one is good. So Nolan Nelson. Good on that one. 3 for 3 so far, 24-16. Rebels lead. And he drops in both of them. Despite the noise coming from the student section for East Central, he dropped them both in. Letexier gets the pass way up the court. That came from well behind, and that pass going to be taken away by Newman. It was well behind the intended target. That was Cam, and he'll take it up the court. It'll be knocked out of bounds by East Central, so it will stay with the Rebels. 25-16 they lead. And again, the turnovers right now kind of plaguing the Eagles. They can work around that. They'll get right back into this one super quick. Won't even know that they were nearly down by 10. This pass is nearly stolen away by Cam. Great job getting in the way of that one. But the Rebels hold on. Letexier guarding Newman well, and Newman nearly lost it. And this ball is up and good as it's dropped in by Reese Bodie. Carlin now has it. He goes inside to Dixon. Dixon looking for the turnaround jumper. Shot is up, no good. Nolan Nelson with the rebound for the Rebels. It's 27-16. Cam with great defense, but they left Nolan Nelson wide open from 3. Luckily, it's off the mark, a little too strong. Coming up with it, though, is Dewey. And the shot there from Nelson, again, no good. He gets his own rebound. Now gives it back to Dewey. Dewey's shot is blocked by Dixon. And the ball, going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow looks to be favoring the Rebels, so they will keep hold of it. Great job again by the Eagles to get the block, but just could not come up with the ball there, and it's going to be 27-16 with 5:10 left here in the first half. A timeout called here by East Central. That'll be their second. They'll be left with 3 for the remainder of the game, and taking a look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom light force braces. Of course, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, you can ask about financing options because they will find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. So the Eagles trailing by 11 now, and it really doesn't feel like 11 because, I mean, the Eagles feel like they are right there. It really feels more or less like the Eagles, again, if they can eliminate the turnovers or at least, again, cut down on them, I mean, they will erase this deficit in the blink of an eye. I think that's how good this Eagles team is. It's just right now they can't seem to hold on to the ball. They can't seem to get anything to go their way. Whether it's rebounds on the defensive side, they're just a little bit struggling to hold on to the ball. Quite literally, they just seem like they can't quite grip the ball hard enough. And on the other side, when they're getting their looks at the basket, they're just not getting them to fall through. So Coach Focht will talk to them. They'll try to get this turned around as quickly as possible. 5:10 left to go. Again, really doesn't feel like an 11-point deficit for the Eagles. It feels a lot closer than what that scoreboard says right now. Rebels will inbound, but it's going to be quickly and immediately stolen away by Thomas Cam. Beautiful job there by Cam, and now he's going to release it from 3. It's no good. Dixon gets the rebound, and his shot up, no good. Rebounded on the other side by Bodie. And Young's left alone for 3, no good. Carlin this time will get the rebound. Both of them have 4. Quickly up the court to Letexier. Letexier guarded well, but not well enough as he drops that one in for 2. A contested shot. There, now drop that deficit to 9. Rebels back the other way. Give it to Bodie. Now on the near side here for Nelson. Takes the shot, drives inside, drops it in for 2. Carlson quickly up the court to Carlin. Now inside to Dixon. Dixon looking for the spin-around shot, but he was fouled on that play. And that'll be the bonus, so he'll go to line to shoot a 1-and-1. That one is going to go on Nolan Nelson, his first, team 7th. And Jacob Dixon at the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. So if he makes the first, he gets to shoot it again as they trail by 11. First one is up and good by Dixon. So now the deficit is 10. And Dixon no good on the second. It was rebounded by the Rebels' Dewey. Rebels heavily out rebounding the Eagles right now at this point in time, but that could soon change again. Dixon guarding their tallest player, but Carlin kind of roaming about, and I like the fact that he's more or less, it's zone inside. This shot is up, no good, and Carlin there for the easy rebound. Carlson will get the handoff. He'll bring it up into the front court now. Stands top of the key. Looks, he gives off to Letexier. Letexier, near side elbow, looking to get around one defender. Defender does a good job to stay there. Carlson gives it back to Carlin. A long 3. Looks on the mark, and it is! Ben Carlin for 3 to make it 29-22. Quickly up the court, they'll go the Rebels. They wanted a three-point look, but it was closed off quickly by the Eagles. Dewey will drive inside, and he'll lay that one up towards the basket, and that is no good. Carlin will come down with the rebound, and maybe Carlin feeling a little bit of himself now and might get into a rhythm and start to bring his team back. Carlin, far side corner for three. That's going to be off the mark, and it's rebounded by Newman. That one felt maybe just a tad rushed by Carlin. Now a three the other way from Newman. That's going to be no good, and Dixon is there for the rebound. It all of a sudden feels like the Eagles have got a little bit of something going their way with under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Carlson hands it off to Letexier on the far side. Goes far side corner to Carlin. He wanted that three. Instead pulls it down, gives it to Cam. Cam gives it to Letexier. Letexier wanted to go near side corner. Instead goes inside to Dixon. That's going to be a foul, and that'll send Dixon to the line for a 1-and-1. Now the 8th team foul on the Rebels and the 2nd on Reese Bodie. So Dixon again lining up for 1-and-1. This first one is good. Second one short. Rebounded by Dewey once again for the Rebels. 29-23 though, a 6-point deficit now for the Eagles as we drip under 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Luke Dewey has it, gives it off far side to Youngs. Youngs again, he's shown he can be dangerous from three. Shot there is good by Youngs as he drifted towards the basket. It's 31-23, 8-point deficit again for the Eagles. Carlson will give it off near side elbow to Carlin. Carlin wanted Cam. Instead, he'll go far side to Carlson. Carlson looks, goes inside to Dixon. Dixon has been, just getting absolutely pounded inside, and they've called it a couple times, but that pass to Cam on the near side from Carlson is well off the mark, and it will be a turnover. It will go back to the Rebels with under 2 minutes to go, 31-23. Quickly up the court, the Rebels come. It's inside now to Youngs. Youngs shot is up as the student section got into it. They made him think that there was only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Great job there by the student section. They forced that shot. That is a miss forced by the student section. And he give them a stat? We will. Now the Eagles have it back as Carlin got the rebound, and Dixon inside. Beautiful pass from Carlson, and Dixon drops it in for 2. 31-25. Now only trailing by 6. Youngs has it, gives it to Dewey far side. Dewey gives it inside. And that one by Newman, nearly stolen away. He gives it off to Nelson on the far side. Now back to Newman. Newman from a long two. That's going to get a really friendly roll there for him as it drops in. 33-25 with under 40 seconds to go now. Carlson brings it up the court for the Eagles, gives it off far side to Cam. Thomas Cam back to Letexier. Letexier far side corner, gives it to Carlin, top of the key, now to Letexier. Letexier thought about that extra long three, instead pulls it down, gives it to Dixon, tries to go inside to Carlson. Maybe one pass too many as that one's stolen away by Nelson. And Nelson will take it all the way to the basket. Shot is up, no good. Carlin will get the rebound, and 15 seconds to go. I'm sure the Eagles will be looking for the last shot. Shot clock is off, so the Eagles can take the last shot of the half. With 8 seconds to go, they give it to Dixon. Dixon trying to drive inside. Shot is up, and it's good. And unfortunately, that's going to be a charge as the defender was there and set up. And that's a good call. And unfortunately, there for Dixon, that will be his first. And that's unfortunate, as that is the one they needed. That would have brought it back down to 6, but now the Rebels will get the last shot. 2 and 1. There it is. And it is, oh my goodness, good. You talk about shifting momentum quickly into your favor at the half. Eli Youngs was that a 3 or 2? It was a 3. So, my goodness. Youngs with, it was a good shot. Beautiful shot, but that hurts. That hurts if you're the Eagles going in halftime now, down by 11. So we're at halftime here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard with the Eagles trailing 36-25. Embrace Orthodontics, the team at Embrace, believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program at EmbraceMN.com. We'll take a commercial break here, word from our sponsors, then we'll be back to recap the first half, listening to boys basketball on 106.5 FM AM 1350, and of course, live with video, WCMPradio.com.
This can be the loneliest sound. And it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
'Tis the season to share the joy of Wisconsin cheese. At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, they understand the importance of great cheese and take pride in their gift boxes. Burnett Dairy can customize gift boxes and include a nice note, and they can be shipped throughout all states except Hawaii. Who doesn't love cheese? This is the perfect gift for anyone. Order your cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call, 715-689-2748 for custom orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at EmbraceMN.com. That's EmbraceMN.com.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
The holiday season is right around the corner. Share the joy of Wisconsin cheese from Burnett Dairy. They can provide you with cheese gift boxes that are perfect for your employees. So why not show your employees how much you appreciate their hard work and dedication with a gift that they're sure to love? Burnett Dairy Cheese. Order your employees' cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call at 715-689-2748 for customer orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Introducing the Red Runner 2017 Deluxe Firewood Processor. This Canadian-assembled, all-in-one towable firewood solutions capable of producing 3 face cords per hour. The Red Runner comes equipped with a powerful 18-inch Oregon chainsaw bar, 10-foot-long adjustable conveyor, 2, 4, or even 6-way adjustable splitter head. Fits logs up to 12 feet long and 16 inches in diameter. This high-performance personal firewood processor is powered by a Honda GX390 industrial engine, found only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Hockey practice, running a business, heck, just enjoying your life. You've got better things to do. Let Jeff's Outdoor Services handle your lawn care and landscaping. Your home, your cabin, your business, they got you covered. They've been doing it since 1995, and they're good at it. Call today. Jeff's Outdoor Services. You do your thing, and they'll do theirs.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. And the halftime score sees the Eagles trailing the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels 36-25. Taking a look at those halftime stats here for the Rebels. Leading the way for them was Eli Youngs with 10, then 9 for Nolan Nelson, 8 for Adam Newman, 4 for Luke Dewey, 3 for Lane Radzak, and 2 for Reese Bodie. Rebound-wise, they were led by Dewey with 5-4 for Nelson, and then 3 by Youngs and Newman. They were 5 for 5 for 3 free throws from Nolan Nelson, and they had 6 steals. 3 of them came from Adam Newman, and then they had 8 team fouls as well. Now they had, as I mentioned, 6 steals, but a bunch more forced turnovers on the side of the Eagles. So for the Eagles, leading the way for them was Jacob Dixon with 10, and then 7 for Ben Carlin, and then 2 for Carlson, Letexier, Lundberg, and Cam. They were led in rebounds by Carlin with 8, 5 for Dixon, and then they were, 2 for, let's see if I can do some math, 4 for 8, so 50% in that first half from free throw range, or from the charity line, rather. So exactly 50%. They had 3 steals themselves, 3 blocks coming from Jacob Dixon, and 4 team fouls there in the first half. So again, I mentioned it, I talked about it a little bit as we went through the first half. It just felt like the Eagles were turning the ball over, and they just couldn't hold on to the ball like they would like to. And I talked about it. If they were able to hold on to the ball and eliminate even half of the turnovers that they have, it feels like they would really kind of pull away with this game. Not only would they take the lead, but they would also kind of pull away. They just feel like they are the better team here tonight, and we're hoping that they are able to kind of overcome this deficit here in the second half and turn things around in half number 2 as they look for win number 8 on the season. As again, we looking around the national championship right now, the Wolverines lead the Washington Huskies 17-3, and that's still about midway through the second quarter. That is ridiculous. Michigan putting a statement on that game, trying to win the Natty here this year. I'm okay with either team winning. I like both teams in there. I'm okay with either team winning, just because I like both teams. I've enjoyed watching both these teams this year. I like Michigan. I've kind of always liked Michigan. Going back into my youth, I've kind of always liked Michigan. I loved their helmets. I know Cambridge Sandy for a short amount of time had those same helmets in the blue and red, but I've always loved Michigan. Always liked Michigan. It's always seemed like, though, since Brady, they've never had that number one quarterback, and now they do in J.J. McCarthy, and it remains to be seen yet if he'll be declaring for the NFL draft at the end of the national championship. I'm sure it'll depend on if they win or not. There's still a ton of time left in college football. You never truly know. It could be 24-3 at half, and Washington could come back and go and score 28 unanswered and hold Michigan to 0. I don't see that happening, but that is the way college football works, and that's why I love college football, and I will continue to talk about it, as we will tomorrow as well on the morning shows. So stay tuned for that as we'll talk about that game, and we'll recap this one as well as the Eagles trail by 11 here, at half. Looking at it, again, for the Eagles, I think if they can eliminate even half their turnovers that they have, again, it's not just the steals that they're giving to the Rebels, it's the turnovers, the plays that the passes that they're having going out of bounds, the rebounds that they can't get on the defensive side or even the offensive side to get those second chance scoring opportunities. And again, it's something that Coach Fote talked about at the beginning of the year. He would love to see his team be able to use their big guys in Dixon and Carlin and be able to box out the other guys and get a lot more second chance scoring opportunities for the offense. And then on the defensive side, obviously you don't want to allow any other team get second chance scoring opportunities. So for the Eagles, I think here in this second half, we're going to be seeing rebounds galore. They're trying to get more rebounds both offensively and defensively. And then for the offense, I just think they have found some shots. They just haven't been able to get them to fall yet. And once they do, sometimes it's just like that in a half or two. And once they get it figured out, and I think they'll be well on their way to a win here tonight. But there's still a lot left to play this evening as the Eagles do trail at half here by 11. Defensively, I think they've done a pretty darn good job, but they've got to give less space. As close as it has felt that they are to the players for the Rebels, the Rebels are feeling like they have enough space, so I have to tighten it up a little bit on the defensive side of things so far. I feel like in the back half of the first, they did a good job of doing that and kind of correcting that on the fly. We'll have to see more of that here as we go forward in this second half. So we've got about just under 2.5 minutes before the start of the second half. We'll take another commercial break. You'll hear from some more of our fine sponsors.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
Half number 2.
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh yeah, well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill too.
What about his shop?
He heats that too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local central boiler sales dealer.
And we are just about ready to get back to action here in half number 2 for this, the second half of the boys basketball game between East Central and Moose Lake Willow River. The Both these teams will be back out on the court. Eagles will go right to left on your radio dial. Rebels left to right. Eagles will inbound it. It goes off of Carlin's foot. He manages to hold on to it, gives it off to Letexier. Back to Carlin in the near side corner. Back to Letexier. Now to Lundberg. Lundberg gave it off to Carlson, and that will not be an over and back because of the fact that it was tipped by a Rebel. And looks like now we'll get a foul. On the Rebels. And it looks like they'll actually have a word with one of the Rebel players. Looks like Robbins. He slammed the ball down. I think they were probably just telling him, hey, don't do that, because next time it'll probably whistle that one. And that foul going to go on someone. Not sure who, but it's on the Rebels. Shot up, no good. Rebound. Grabbed by Youngs for the Rebels, and he'll give it off to Nolan Nelson, who drops it in for 2 plus the and 1. So 38-25, and first foul of the second half. That foul goes on Warren Carlson. Nolan Nelson, excuse me, will get to line and drop that one in. He is 6 for 6 tonight. He's got all their free throws. So it's 39-25, not the start that the Eagles were hoping for, but Carlson gives it off to Lundberg. Lundberg will go to the near side corner to Carlin. He'll lob it into Dixon. Dixon spinning inside. Puts up an awkward shot, but he got it to fall, and hey, if you can get it to fall, why not? But back come the Rebels. Their offense has been hard to stop. As Robbins with it. And he'll give it off to Nelson. Woo-wee for 3. Carlson has it on the near side corner to Dixon. Dixon going to be double teamed. Looking, he goes underneath to Carlson. And Carlson, I think that might have slipped out of his hand a little bit because he had the easy lay-in but missed, and it's rebounded by Nelson. Back to Nelson for 3. He fakes the shot, drives inside, spin move, shot, drops it in for 2. And Nelson has all of a sudden took over. Texier will give it to Carlson as it's now a 17-point deficit. That quickly turned on its head for East Central. Carlin now has it, gives it to Letexier, going all the way across the court to Carlson, who just picks it up off his shoelaces. And then it'll be knocked out of bounds by a Rebel player. So the Eagles will hold on to it. 2 minutes have come off the board here. The start of the second half, and that will lead to an Eagles timeout. They'll be left with 2 as that is their third. And looking at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 3 locations, Pine City, Lynn, Sherman, Cambridge. Plus, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. I'm getting some information. The Wolverines' O-line has just been chomping on the Washington D-line. Not that anybody else cares but me, but figured I'd report it. The Eagles in a bit of a hole right now as turnovers, again, still plaguing them here in this second half, and the missed shots have just been, it's kind of been a thorn in their side, and it feels like maybe they might be starting to press things a little bit, but got to sit back, relax, and realize, hey, we can't get 17 points back in one, so they got to keep going up and down and just possession by possession. All these two teams will work their way back out onto the court. Pass to Carlin, goes inside to Dixon, and Dixon will drop it in for 2. He extends his scoring lead for the Eagles to 14 points now. And Nelson drives inside. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Dixon. And the Eagles will take it back the other way. Letexier gives it off on the near side to Carlson. Now inside to Dixon. Dixon spin around shot up off the glass, in for two. And this is exactly what you were looking for if you're the Eagles right out of the timeout. Come out, score 4 points in a row, and get that deficit back down to 13. Drive, shot, no good. Rebounded there by Lundberg. That's his first rebound of the game. Carlson gives it off quickly to Letexier for three. No good, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot 3 free throws. That last foul was on Robbins, by the way. This one going to be against Youngs. So Robbins picked up the first foul. This will be the second, and it's on Youngs, his second as well. Robbins has 3, and Letexier is good on the first. And that one's going to be no good. And Letexier gets it to ring around the rosy, so to speak, and gets it to fall. But hey, 2 of 3, not bad. He of course, would have liked to have seen all 3, but not going to happen. But 2 of 3 is good. Now you drop the deficit down to 11, and that's it. That's a good start for the Eagles out of the timeout. So timeout called here by the Rebels. They're trying to stop the bleeding, so to speak. And the Eagles, they've got momentum shifted in their favor right quick, and they're trying to hold on to it here throughout this timeout. As it's called by the Rebels, they'll be left with 4. That is their first. So right quick out of the timeout, the Rebels get it started. They'll get it inbounded, and to Nelson now to Youngs. Youngs goes inside to Newman. Newman goes out far side to Nelson. He's left alone from 3. He was hitting those in the first half, but not there. Lundberg with his second rebound gives it off to Carlson. Carlson shimmy shakes and moves inside, then goes to Letexier, and he gets called for the trouble. He faked. He threw the head fake, but unfortunately traveled with it. And now that ball knocked out. Letexier did a great job guarding Youngs, and Letexier thought that it was out on Young, but referees don't agree, and it will go back to the Rebels. That was close. I thought Letexier was going to actually just steal it, plain and simple, but not happen that time, as Youngs will get the pass from Nelson. Nelson will get it back top of the key. He'll go to Newman. Newman gets a drive in on Lundberg, gets the shot. Wow, that's just impressive. He gets that shot up over Dixon. And manages to get it to fall. Letexier to Carlson, now to Carlin, back to Lundberg on the far side for Letexier. Going to Carlson. Carlson wanted the 3, goes inside. Dixon is going to be pushed, and Dixon is fouled. That'll be the 3rd team foul now on Moose Lake Willow River in the second half, and the second on Nolan Nelson. Checking in, Reese Bodie for the Rebels. Carlin shot no good. Dixon there for the rebound, battling through, drops it in for 2 after the missed shot. 46-35, and all of a sudden the Eagles, like I said, they're on that comeback trail now. They've gotten their offense to start rolling. They're not missing those shots. They're not taking those shots that are iffy. They're taking their time with their shots. They're not taking the 3 that's open for the split second. Instead, they're pulling it down, giving it a few more passes, giving it a few more tries, and the defense is really stepping up as well, especially getting the rebounds now. And that ball is knocked out, stolen away by Carlin, and then stolen right back by Youngs. And a three on the other side, no good. Carlson with his first rebound of the game for the Eagles. He'll bring it up the court, and he'll slow things down a little bit, wait for the offense to get set up. He'll drive inside, back it out to Lundberg, now to Letexier on the near side elbow. Gives it off to Carlin. Carlin in the corner, near side. Now top of the key to Carlson, back to Carlin. And looks like we now get a foul on the Rebels? Yeah. He's going to go against Bodie. Letexier gives it inside to Dixon. Dixon looking for that turnaround jumper. He got it to fall. Dixon has just been doing so well. His shot has just looked so smooth here in this second half. And one of the biggest things is once he locates the basket, he's not hesitating. There's no hesitation in the shot. Now we'll get a foul on the other side, on the Eagles. That pass inside, and player was fouled. That's going to be on Carlson, his second. Team second of the second half. Inbound to Nelson, and his shot, no good. Carlin tips it to himself for the rebound. He has 9. Carlson, and we got a player for the Rebels who lost his shoe. And then the shot, no good, but it was knocked out of bounds by the Rebels. That was Nelson who lost his shoe. So it was 5-on-4 for the Eagles. And I think if they would have noticed that, they maybe would have passed the ball one more time and tried to find a better shot. Shot is up, no good. Rebound up for grabs. It's going to be taken by Youngs. And it's a fast break, and gives it off to Newman for 2. So that'll end the scoring streak by East Central. They got it down to 9. They scored 8 unanswered points, and now Carlin, far side corner for 3. Carlin says, wait a minute, you said the streak was over? No, sir, not yet. Carlin for 3, and he drops the deficit down to 8. Like I said in that first half, if the Eagles offense could get going, they seem like the better team. This ball is going to be picked up and stolen away by Lundberg. This is exactly what the Eagles need. And now a travel. And that is exactly what you don't need. You got momentum going your way. You've got now the steal and a shot for 3 and the travel call. And that is super unfortunate. And now you just hope, if you're head coach Jaron Fote, that doesn't kind of wreck the momentum that you just had built and had going your way. 48-40, a nice comeback here by the Eagles. Driving inside there, but passing it off to Newman, and he delivers for 3 on the assist from Luke Dewey. 51-40, but for the Eagles, you can't be discouraged. Your team, your offense is finally starting to get into a rhythm. Cam is on the far side now. Gives off to Carlin. It was nearly stolen, but Carlin, great job to palm that one and get it back. Dixon driving inside, lays it up and in for 2. Dixon is on absolute fire right now. 51-42, under 11 minutes to go here in the second half on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. A long fake 2 by Newman, and Cam did not buy it. He said, no, sir, you ain't going to pull that one, but instead he pulls up for 2 on the fadeaway. 53-42. And a foul there, as that's a clear foul on Youngs as he tried to get the steal. A little too aggressive that time. That'll be Young's 3rd, the team's 5th. Couple substitutions here for the Rebels, it looks like, before we get back to play. 53-42. Inbound to Letexier, now to Cam. Cam, one-on-one, gives it inside to Dixon. Now to Carlson. Carlson through some traffic. Shot is up, no good. Cam will, get the rebound. They're going to get a foul on East Central. So he won't get the rebound, and it'll be the 3rd team foul for the Eagles. The second on Dixon. They had 3 only in that first half for team fouls. Now they have, or 4, excuse me. Now they have 3 here in the second half with 10 minutes to go. Pass inside, and it goes off of a Rebel player as they tried to give it off to Radzak, and goes off of him. I don't know if he was expecting it, and it'll go out of bounds. Carlin will inbound to Carlson as they still trail by 11, but plenty of time left for the Eagles to mount the comeback, tie it up, take the lead, and get the victory. Dixon has it near side. At the top of the key, gives off to Carlin. Carlin far side to Carlson. Now to Letexier on the far side elbow for 3! Xavier Letexier drops it in for a 3. It's 53-45. And when you start to hit shots like that, your team just starts to feel better and better. That confidence grows. They get a little bit of swagger going, and that's when things can really start to fall your way. They have pulled themselves out of that 17-point rut that they were in, now down only by 9. Can they stop this Rebel offense, though? That should have been a travel call there. Instead, they'll get off a 3. It's going to be no good. Letexier with the rebound for the Eagles. He'll bring it up the court for the Eagles to the near side. He looked for Carlin for a screen. Got the screen he wanted. Goes underneath, and then he's tripped up, and now we'll get a foul here on the Rebels. That'll be their team's 6th. 6th team foul, and it will go against Radzak, his 3rd. Cam will inbound far side for Carlson. He just lines this one up, has all day, and delivers. 53-48, down by 5. And that one's poked out from behind by the Eagles, and it will go out of bounds, so we'll stay with the Rebels. But the Eagles have caught fire. The Eagles are feeling it right now, and if they can continue this. Shot is up, blocked by Dixon, out of bounds. It will go back to the Eagles. Dixon with his 4th block of the game. And that will give it back to the Eagles. They trail by only 5. They have come back from a 17-point deficit to now trail by single digits. With just under the halfway point here in this second half. Eagles down only by 5. Dixon looking for the shot. He'll give it out to Letexier for 3. No good. Dixon there for the rebound. Gives it inside to Carlson. That's no good. And Newman will get the rebound. Rebels get it back, and they'll take it the other way. Nelson has it. He tries to go inside here to Robbins. He's got a ton of pressure on him. Gives it to Dewey now far side here for Newman. Newman lob pass over to Robbins in the near side corner here for Radzak. Now to Nelson. Nelson trying to drive inside. Spin move back the other way. Dixon tried to get the swat. That one rebounded by Nelson himself. And he'll give it off far side to Robbins. Robbins no look pass to Nelson. Fake the shot. Drive inside. And buzzer will sound, and it was Letexier who took it away. Cam for 3, no good. And taken back by Carlin. Spin around shot, no good. And that should have been it. That should have been the shot, but it was no good. Luke Dewey will take the other way. No good. He gets his own rebound. And then a 3 by Newman. And Newman has really taken over for the Rebels. That was a beautiful shot there. The Eagles thought it was no good on the other shot, but Carlin wound up taking it back. Now Letexier for 3! Letexier's feeling it, and that's one thing with Letexier. Man, he's been clutch when he's been in late game situations when they've needed him to be. Ooh! I think he did a little bit of acting there on that one. They had got all ball there, and that's a tough one for the Eagles. I don't think that was necessarily a foul. I think he tripped on his own. Still now back to a 5-point deficit for the Eagles, 56-51, 7 minutes to go in the game. Inbound does hit a hand, but Robbins is going to get it, and now a 3 is no good, and Cam will come down with the rebound for the Eagles. It's his second. He'll give it off to Carlson. Carlson takes it right down Center of the court, gives off to Cam on the far side, and now trying to get it to Dixon. It's just out of his reach. He had that spin inside for the open lane, but the pass just out of his reach. Not easy to get it out of his reach as he is a very lengthy kid, but that time just past his fingertips, couldn't reel it in. Turnover again, and we'll give it back to the Rebels. They try to add to their lead, and get a foul call here on the Eagles. It will be their team's 5th. Now we're going to go against Carlson. Letexier in for Carlson as they don't want him to get any more. Rebels will get it inbounded to Nelson. He's been a huge part of their offense in that first half, but his shot no good. Cam got the rebound. It was slapped out of his hands. Picking it up was Dixon. Now to Letexier. Dribbles to the near side, gives it to Carlin. Carlin thought about 3, gives it back to Letexier. Into the near side corner to Cam. Cam looking for Dixon. That one was swatted out of bounds by the Rebels. It will stay with the Eagles. And we'll go back and retrieve the ball, and now we'll get set for the inbound. Carlin looks to inbound now. Gets it to Dixon. Dixon looking for that spin move. He's guarded by 2 Rebels, and then looking for Kiernan on that elbow, and it goes through his hands and back to the Rebels. Kiernan trying to make up with it with some good defense now, but they get it into the front court for Newman. Newman has exploded here in the second half. He'll give it off now to Youngs. Youngs back to Robbins. Inside to Dewey, and he drops it in for 2. Luke Dewey has been a good teammate here tonight for the Rebels. He could easily have a lot more points, but he's done a good job with the assists and rebounds, and has just been a great teammate for this Rebel team. Now we'll get a foul call on the Rebels. It'll be their team's 7th, so the Eagles go to line for a 1-and-1. That'll be the first on Newman. Now the Eagles are in the bonus, and Ramsey Kiernan at the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. First one is up, can't get the friendly roll, and will be rebounded by Dewey once again. Luke Dewey, again, just been a good teammate for the Rebels here tonight. I would assume he's a team captain just based on his play. Unselfish play tonight by him. Youngs has it. He gives it off to Newman. Newman calling for Robbins, and he's going to be guarded real well. Ramsey Kiernan not allowing him an inch. Newman has it. He gives it off now to Robbins. Robbins fumbling with it, and 4 seconds to shoot. Youngs. That's just a good shot. Good shot there by Youngs. Extends lead back out to 9. Kiernan calling for the offensive play. He wants Carlin to go one way. He goes the other. Hands it off to Cam. Gives it off far side to Letexier. Letexier goes across the court to Carlin for 3. That comes up short. Knocked out of bounds by the Rebels as Dixon was waiting there for the rebound. Rebels knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with the Eagles. 60-51, Eagles trail with 4:38 to go. With plenty of time left in this game. Gamble gets set to inbound. He goes to Dixon. Dixon gets it. He works through a double team. He looks for the pass. Wanted that spin around shot and then threw it into traffic. And that was an ill-advised pass, and Dewey will get the steal for the Rebels. And that'll be a tough one, as that one not going to fall. So Dixon, that won't hurt his team. Carlson will get it off to Letexier. Nearly a foul. Probably could have been, but he'll give it inside to Dixon. Now back outside to Cam for 3. It's going to come up short. And the Rebels now have all of a sudden just been starting to swat these balls because they don't want Carlin or Dixon to get a hand on them. And that's a smart move, even though some of these balls will go out of bounds based off these swats. But yeah, I mean, it's a smart play if you're the Rebels. Youngs will have it. That goes off the front of the rim. Cam with the strong rebound. And we'll get a foul on the Rebels, and the Eagles will go down to shoot a 1-and-1. So going to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 is going to be Thomas Cam. Still 50% here in the second half. 2 for 4. Cam hoping to change that. And can't get the friendly roll. He's no good. Rebounded again by Luke Dewey. So the Rebels all of a sudden have forced the Eagles to go cold on offense after turning white hot with 3:35 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Luke Dewey has it. Beautiful pass as he forced Carlin to jump, gives it off to Nelson, and they're going to get a travel call before the foul. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 3.5 minutes to go. Eagles trail by 9. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Carlson has it. He gives it off far side to Letexier. Letexier stands, pauses for a moment, fakes the shot, gives it to Cam, now to Carlson. Inside to Dixon. Dixon kind of triple covered in a zone way, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1 now, as that'll be the 9th team foul on the Rebels. The second on Newman. Nelson, Robbins, Youngs, Radzak, and Bodie each have 3 for the Rebels. And again, Dixon at the line to shoot 2, under 50% here in the second half, free throw shooting. Dixon, that one's going to be good, so he brings them back to 50%. And with that one, they go back over 50%. So 3:08 left here in this one. Eagles trail by 7 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. That timeout called by the Eagles. That'll be their 4th. They'll be left with 1 more, actually. So the Eagles, they've got a chance here, but they've got to battle hard. And at the half of that national championship game, Washington made it a game. They got a touchdown and now trail 17-10. So Michigan leading at half 17-10. Again, not that any of you care. I do, so I will talk about it. I get to be here tonight, which I'm so glad to be here. Even despite the score. If this was a blowout, if this was an Eagles blowout, it didn't matter. I wanted to be here for this game because I knew East Central, I knew this was going to be one to watch for them. And again, technically a little bit of a lower scoring game for the Rebels, as they're, again, over 70 points per game. Eagles about 55 points per game. Right now we're at about the mark for the Eagles. The Eagles trying to get to that 70-point mark again tonight, as they've done so a couple times this year, but trying to get back to it as they want to be more consistent with that. Under 3 minutes to go, they trail by 7, 60-53. Rebels will be happy just to pass this one around, waste as much of the shot clock as they can, and a long 3, which is off the mark, and Dixon going to grab the rebound here for East Central. That will give them a double-double here tonight. Carlson has it. He gives it off to Letexier, who was guarded well and not sure where he was going with that one, as that's kind of that's a mistake there by Letexier. That's a young mistake, unfortunately, and Coach Fote, he'll talk with them after the game. They'll go over it before the next game and say, hey, no, that's all right. That's a mistake, but we can't have that happen again. And I'm sure Letexier knows that. I'm sure as soon as he let it go, he was like, oh my goodness, that didn't just happen. So now 2:10 to go here in the game. Still that 7-point deficit for the Eagles. Letexier, he was gotten by, but Carlin's going to wind up through the rebound. That was slapped through a couple hands, but Carlin comes up with it. The Eagles are going to have to start going. They're now under 2 minutes to go. The Texier goes to Cam. Cam for three. Oh, it's out! That was it. That should have been in, but again, this rim, I don't think he realizes it's in East Central. Foul here going to go against East Central, will be the team's 6th. And the second on the Texier. Not a shooting foul, so Rebels will inbound. And they go back to Newman. Minute and a half left to go. Eagles are going to have to start pressing here. They're running out of time. Nelson fakes a shot, drives inside, spin around shot, no good. Came up with his own rebound, but fell some. I don't know how that works. It probably should have been in travel. 7, 6, and 5, and all up for grabs. 2 and 1, and the shot is just off, and that's a clutch three from Caden Robbins. That's what the Rebels need, as they bring it up to a 10-point lead, and now, the Eagles have no time to waste. They're passing the ball too much here. They got to go. Nice shot there by Dixon, but with now 50 seconds to go, they trail by 8, not travel. Precious time wasting off the clock here. I know they don't want a foul, but yeah, they're going to have to. 34 seconds left, down by 8, and they finally do foul. That'll be the 7th, and it'll be a 1-and-1 now for Nolan Nelson, who led the team in the first half with scoring. And now a timeout called here, I believe, by the Eagles. And if that is true, that would be their final timeout of the game. It will have been all 5, and it was. It's 30-second variety. So the Eagles down by 8. It's not over until that final buzzer sounds. So down by 8. This is not by any means over. So your big hope is Nelson goes to the line, misses his first. You get the rebound, go down. Hopefully get a 3. A 3 would be ideal, but if not, get that 2 to fall. Go foul again and hope to miss. So they need some help, but they need to help themselves as well. So Nolan Nelson at the line again to shoot a 1-and-1. If he misses, the Eagles have the chance to rebound. But Nolan Nelson has been fantastic. He was 6 of 6 to that point from the free throw line. Now 7 for 7. Make it 8 for 8. Just a fantastic free throw shooter, Nolan Nelson. Not the guy you want to be shooting the free throws if you're East Central. So here they go. They got to work quick, and quick. It should have been a shot there. You got to take a shot now. Too many hands touching the ball here for East Central, and that shot is no good. Rebounded by Newman, and that will probably wrap this game up here with 20 seconds to go. Texier will foul his 3rd, team's 8th. It'll send Youngs to the line for a 1-and-1, but that will pretty much wrap this one up, sadly, and East Central will go down. Youngs makes his first. Very good free throw shooting team in the Rebels. They're 9 for 9. And 10 for 10 from Youngs, and Eagles will try and go down and at least cut the deficit. They'll probably take the last shot with 10 seconds. Try and just get an open shot. Carlson, spin around jumper, no good. Rebounded that's Dewey again, and that will be it. So that is it here at East Central High School. The Eagles battled hard, came down back from a 17-point deficit, got within 5, but unfortunately Moose Lake Will River, their offense just got hot at the right time, and the Eagles fall 67-55, a lot closer than what the scoreboard says was the outcome here in this one. But the scoreboard says 12. It was much closer than that 12 points. So
Experience entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20 horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Want to make some extra money this holiday season? Then join Burnett Dairy Cooperative's Cheese Store Holiday Crew. They're looking for temporary employees to assist with gift box orders from October 1st through January 6th. This position is scheduled Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 8 p.m. with an hourly rate of $14 per hour and an end-of-the-season retention bonus. Call 715-689-2170 or apply online at burnettdairy.com and click on Careers.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
'Tis the season to share the joy of Wisconsin cheese. At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, they understand the importance of great cheese and take pride in their gift boxes. Burnett Dairy can customize gift boxes and include a nice note, and they can be shipped throughout all states except Hawaii. Who doesn't love cheese? This is the perfect gift for anyone. Order your cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call, 715-689-2748 for custom orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
The holiday season is right around the corner. Share the joy of Wisconsin cheese from Burnett Dairy. They can provide you with cheese gift boxes that are perfect for your employees. So why not show your employees how much you appreciate their hard work and dedication with a gift that they're sure to love? Burnett Dairy Cheese. Order your employees' cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call at 715-689-2748 for customer orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, the Eagles fall in a fun one against the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels, 67-55. Leading the way for the Rebels was Adam Newman. He exploded in the second half with 12 points to get a total of 20. Nolan Nelson had 10 in the second half for a total of 19. Eli Youngs had 14 total points here, then 6 for Luke Dewey, 3 for Radzak and Robbins, and 2 for Reese Bodie. Rebound-wise, they were led by Luke Dewey with 9, 7 for Nelson, and 6 for both Newman and Youngs. Free throws, they were perfect. 10 for 10 tonight, and even 100%. 8 for 8 from the line was Nolan Nelson, and 2 for 2 right at the very end was Eli Youngs. They had 8 total steals, 6 in the first, 2 in the second, and they had 17 total fouls, team fouls, with 8 in the first and 9 in the second. For the Eagles, leading the way for them was Jacob Dixon with 26 points, 10 for both Carlin and Letexier, then 5 for Carlson and 2 for Lundberg and Thomas Cam. They were led in rebounds by Carlin with 11, 10 for Dixon, and then 4 for Cam. The double-double there for the big men in Dixon and Carlin, that is exactly what Coach Fote was hoping for and consistently hoping for them each and every night. They were 8 for 15 from the charity stripe. Their best free throw shooter was Jacob Dixon, 4 for 6, 2 for 3 was Letexier, and 2 for 4 was Carlson, 0 for 1 each for Kiernan and Cam. They had 6 total steals, 3 in each half. They had 4 blocks, all coming from Jacob Dixon, 3 in the first, and then the lone block in the second half. They had 11 total team fouls, 4 in the first and 7 in the second half. So a really clean game there from the East Central Eagles. You like to see that small number on the board for the fouls, and it was a really good game there for the Eagles. They came back from 17 down in the second half from being down 11 at halftime. They got back within 5 of that Rebel lead, but sadly for them, the Rebels just kind of got hot at the right time with their offense, and East Central just couldn't get by their defense and get the points that they needed, and the Rebels were able to pull away just enough to get the lead, or get the victory, 67-55. It was a good game, though, for the Eagles. They had a very nice, very fun game, and a talented team here in the Eagles, but they fall just short here tonight. Looking at it the rest of the week, they will come back right away tomorrow night as they will host the Raiders of the Mille Lacs Co-op of Onamia and Isle. And then the rest of the week, they will have one more game on Friday as they will host Pine City here on Friday. That should be a fun game between those two teams. No matter the season each team is having, it is a fun game between those two teams. So Mille Lacs here tomorrow night, and then they will host Pine City on Friday night. For us broadcast-wise, we will have more coming your way tomorrow night and Thursday and Friday. Nothing on Saturday, but tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Tomorrow, looks like we will have boys and girls basketball. On this very station, it'll be Rush City hosting Pine City. Then on KBK, Bram versus Ogilvie. Thursday, we'll have hockey for the boys and boys basketball. Boys will be on 100.9. It'll be Pine City hosting Northern Edge, which is North Branch and St. Francis. And then boys basketball on KBK, Mora versus Hinckley. Then we'll have girls basketball and doubleheader basketball on Friday. On 100.9, it's Bram versus Walker Hackensack Akeley for the girls. And then doubleheader, Mora will host Malacca for their doubleheader on KBEK. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thanks to all the fine sponsors for sponsoring this and every other broadcast that we do. We appreciate them so much for sponsoring everything that we do. Remember, stay tuned to the morning shows on both KBEK 95.5 with Rock and Robin Riley and 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron from 7:30 to 9 o'clock. You'll hear your sports updates on both channels, 7:30, 8:30, 7:45, and 8:45. Don't forget, stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com, WCMP Radio, and KBEK Facebook pages, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio. If you are watching this game on our YouTube, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, you'll get notified anytime that we go live with a local sporting event. You'll get that notification to your phone. If you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube, you'll get that notification. Then all you have to do is pull it down, click on it, and it'll bring you right to the live video that we'll have for the game coming up. Best way to find out what games we're covering, go to our website, WCMPradio.com or KBEK.com. Go to the sports tab, go to the broadcast schedule, and then you'll see the full list of broadcasts coming up for the week. Again, the score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the final, the Eagles fall to the Rebels 67-55. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks so much to all the fine sponsors. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could make their day. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.